those of you who have been waiting for this video, here we go. And for those of you that are just stumbling across this, maybe like Mustangs, maybe like Shelbys, sit back, grab some popcorn. This one might be just a little bit. Why? Because we have a 1966 Shelby GT350-H, and this one is the real deal Hertz rental racer. This is Shelby number SFM6S1932. And yes, might as well get it out of the way right now. We have the paperwork from Mr. Pardee that's stating that Shelby number coincides with Shelby's record of the original VIN number on this car, and I'm going to get into more details about that in just a minute, and more of that paperwork. First off, I want to tell a little story about this car. This car has been in an area that we live, or I live, since 1966, when it was shipped here with two other cars from Ford to Towsley Ford and then to Hertz. So there's three of these that ended up in our area. Been quite a few years ago, I stumbled across this car at a car show. I was lucky enough to get to talk to the gentleman that purchased this car May 20th of 1968. And he owned that car up until, unfortunately, when he passed. His family has had the car and kept it since. So basically, a one-owner car since 1968, after coming out of rental service and into his hands again May 20th of 1968. Now, still pictures. I'm going to tell you where to check those out. UniqueClassicCars.com. Click on the link down below this video in the description if you're watching on YouTube. That's going to take you right to our website. Call us, 507-386-1726. Be happy to answer any questions you may have about this car. Yes, it looks as good in person as it does in these still pictures and video. You can see the chrome and bright work up front. So the car finished a restoration project in 2011. It has about 2,000 or less miles on it since then. Driven sparingly in the summer to take it out a few times and do a few local car shows. Engine rebuilt when the car was restored. New cam was put in it with a Shelby grind. And if you take a look in the still pictures, we have pictures of the original stamping on that engine that is matching the actual Ford VIN. So it has the Hypo 289 underneath the hood. Of course, automatic transmission in this one. Transmission was gone through at the time of restoration, as well as the rear end. I'm going to get around to the other side when I tell you more about this interior, which is amazing, by the way. As far as trim pieces on this, they had bought repopped trim pieces, would not fit right. These are the original trim pieces, bright work. It's also the original wheels, original radio that is working, Shelby gas cap. Feel free to have a third party come and inspect this car if you wish. I wouldn't wait too long. This car has had a lot of inquiries on it. Don't think it's going to stick around here that long. Remember, we do consider trades. Financing is available. Of course, we can assist with transportation, and this vehicle may be eligible for an extended service contract. Consult with your sales associate when you call in or email. Take a look at the chrome in the rear. I left the keys in the trunk, so I want to show you the interior of the trunk, also finished off as nicely as the exterior of the car. This is a spare set of keys. There's actually an original set of keys that will go with this too. The gentleman that owned this car, when I was talking about the car show, bought this car to drive it, and he drove it. It was his baby. Every day he was a school teacher. But one day he figured he would restore it, and he did restore it. After that, I got a seat at the car show. And as you can see, trunk finished off as nice as the rest of the car. Nothing hiding under the mats. Sorry about that. All right, once again, all those still pictures, you're gonna be able to see the underside, the interior, the engine bay. Now, as far as the interior, before we get to that, the interior is all original, with the exception of the driver's seat has been recovered, the carpet has been replaced, and the headliner. Other than that, it's the original interior. We'll get to that in just a bit. That paint is glass-like, yes, you can see the reflection in it. Again, less than 2,000 miles since restoration work was done in 2011. All right, let's move on to this interior. Original steering wheel, by the way. Original wood laminate on the dash, as well as the glove box. Yes, that's the original tack. Original belts. Original door panels. So this is the only seat that was recovered. Original rear seats, passenger seat, headliner, mentioned that has been redone, as well as the carpeting. So very original interior. We're going to start it up, let you hear it run. We're going to take a peek underneath the hood, and we will take this car for a quick drive. Now, I have had the radio working. It works like an original 60s AM radio. Let's put it that way. Odometer reads 4,900 at the moment. Yes, that'd be 104,900. Again, after restoration, less than 2,000 miles. So you can hear the radio is working. Again, it sounds and works like a mid-60s AM radio. All right, enough of the radio. We don't want to listen to that anyway. This one is a little bit cold-blooded, where they're going to let it warm up. As you can see, that tack is working. When I talked to the gentleman, and his son conveyed the same thing, that tack has never been apart. It's original tack and has worked the whole time. Gauges, fuel gauge, oil pressure, amp meter, and temp gauge all working. It was a cold start, so I won't expect the temp gauge to be up. Working horn. Listen how that door closed, how it fits and sounds. And speaking of sound, listen to this. Let me slip up to the front. I want to get these hood pins out. We'll get this hood popped. We're going to check out that engine bay, and then, like I said, we'll take this for a quick drive to show you how it goes down the road. All right, hood. All right, underside of the hood. This is the original fiberglass hood, by the way. I just love the sound of this engine. A little bit of that thump, that mild ground cam. Shelby specs, headers. Look at the still pictures underneath. Original oil pan. Shelby Cobra. Shelby number. If I can get that to come in. Focus 6S1932. Of course, the SFM will be right here, and then 6S1932. Like I said, Mr. Pardee GT350 paperwork. We do have it. That matches Ford's VIN number with Shelby's records. And you can also see the stamping on the engine when the engine was rebuilt. That is the original engine to this car. Like I said, like a third-party inspector to take a peek at it. Nothing to hide here. Feel free to. I believe I've hit upon everything I wanted to. If I think of anything, I'll add it a little bit later. Once again, still pictures, uniqueclassiccars.com, 507-386-1726, number to call. We do consider trades. Financing is available. Of course, we can assist with transportation, and this vehicle may be eligible for an extended service contract. Consult with your sales associate when you call in or email. Real deal, folks. 1966 Shelby GT350-H, Hertz rental racer, owned by the same gentleman slash family since May 20th, 1968.
Hey, did you know that this car qualifies for an extended warranty? It's just like the one you get at your new car dealership, except it covers your classic car instead. It covers all the major components like engine, transmission, drivetrain, and you can get coverage up to 10 years. Repairs aren't cheap. These extended warranties are a no-brainer. Contact us for a quote on this car today.
Here we are, 66 Shelby GT350-H. Real deal, and you didn't expect to hear Jason's voice on this one, did you? No way I was passing up the chance to drive this car. So probably not a lot more to say after my little walk around there, except for take you guys out for a ride. So let's have a little fun. Nice, clean, crisp shift. Nice sounding car, nice riding car. You can see that steering wheel's not shaking all over the place. It brakes nice and true and straight. This thing is a dream. Wipers work, blinkers work, the radio actually really works good. You get it out on the road.
We have less energy and
Tack working. Get after a little bit. No squeaks, shakes, rattles. Hardly takes anything to steer it. Wonder how long I could be gone before they would notice. Like I said, that shift is crisp. Downshift is there just like it should be. We got her up to temp now, temp gauge working. Amp meter, oil pressure is good. Fuel gauge working. Again, no surprises on this. I just think this interior is all original with the exception of the seat cover on the driver's seat, headliner, and carpet. And crazy to think, bought May 20th, 1968. The gentleman owned it all the way up till unfortunately passing and been in the family since then. It can be yours now. drives as good as it looks, folks. Definitely no surprises on this one. Look forward to hearing from you.